Guys, he spent 14 years in the NFL, 13 of them with the New York Giants, which he helped lead to victory in Super Bowl 42. He retired in 2009 as the all-time Giants leader in receiving yards and postseason receptions. He's a fan favorite at University of Michigan, and of course here in New York, and he's a fan favorite now at 12 Angry Mascots. Please welcome Mr. Amani Toomer. This is pretty cool. You're one of the New York Giant legends, pretty much. I mean, I grew up in New York watching you. I mean, you came to the team in '96. You were there for all of it. Dave Brown.
Yes.
Danny Cannell. Kent Graham.
I like Kent.
You like Kent?
Easy on Kent.
He's
I
a good
like
guy?
Kent, yeah.
So, I mean, you persevered through all of it. 2 Super Bowl appearances. Of course, winning in 2008. I mean, all the years you played in New York, what was the, had to be the biggest moment, obviously? Was that the Super Bowl moment?
It was definitely a Super Bowl moment, yeah, because not going through all the hardships that our team had went through for the first 11 years of my career, just made that whole experience at the end just mean so much more. And just to see where the organization came from when I first got there to where it was when I left, it was, I took pride in the fact that it was better when I left than when I started. I remember when I first came to New York, trying to get into clubs as a 21-year-old kid. The Giants were terrible, so they'd see your little NFL player card and they'd be like, yeah, what do you play on the Giants? Yeah, just get in the back. But now, you know, after we won the Super Bowl, I mean, we went into No Boo and right afterwards, and they were clapping when we walked in. It was amazing to see the full 360, what had happened when you win in this city.
Bloomberg gave you a blank check, and it's just go crazy.
Well, except he didn't give Plexco one. He stuck it to my boy Plexco.
Stuck it to Plex.
He kind of got Plexco a little bit.
You know, I read an interview. You were kind of anxious for that second Super Bowl. Are you a little nervous because basically you didn't want to lose again? Is that?
Losing the Super Bowl was the worst experience of my life. I mean, it's sports life, I should say.
Yeah. But sports is life.
Let me pull that one back a little bit.
Come on, yeah.
It was horrible. I mean, I don't think our team really got over that for a couple of years, and you know, to get to the pinnacle of something I've worked for and our whole team had worked for our whole lives, and to come so close, and then to be on the field at the end of the game, and the confetti's going off, and all this, and confetti ain't for you.
Yeah.
That's a tough pill to swallow. And in New York, it's not like other cities where in other cities you could come in second place or win your just division, and then all of a sudden you'd go back and there would still be a parade. In New York, if you don't win, they're just like. We ended up getting our championship rings in the AMC Theater on Route 4 and Route 3 in Clifton. So that tells you what the Giants thought of us coming in second place.
Yeah. But when you won, they brought you out to the Vince Lombardi rest stop, right? Is that where they gave you the rings?
No. We actually got the rings at Tiffany's.
Really?
Yeah.
Tiffany's ceremony at Tiffany's. Wow.
Ceremony at Tiffany's. It was great.
You got to the Super Bowl. It sounds as if you didn't make the playoff, but is it that much harder to make it that far and then to lose, and it feels worse than not even getting there? Is that basically?
It really does.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, who remembers the second place, the second place person in the Super Bowl? Nobody remembers it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stump the Schwab remembers.
I don't know.
That guy knows everything. You know, a lot of players. I mean, it's amazing. Just the fact that you played 14 seasons. I mean, some guys. I think the average is 3.5 years in the NFL, and you stayed there with the Giants for basically all of it. I mean, how did you prepare yourself? I mean, every season to stay in the league, first of all. And I guess my follow-up question would be, you could have left, I guess, at some point, right? But you stayed in New York, and I just want to figure out, what kept you in New York, and how you managed to make it this far.
Well, when I first got to New York, the first thing I was thinking about was trying to get back to the San Francisco 49ers, because that's where I grew up loving. And I just felt like once you come to this city and you start opening yourself up to the different cultural things and the different people that are in the diversity of the city, it just kind of grows on you. And I always thought I'd play here and then leave right after I got done, and obviously I've stayed, and it's just a tough place to leave. I mean, there's so much at your fingertips here, and it's just not like that in other places in this country. So that's what kept me here. And then the real reason why I stayed here, though, The Giants kept paying me. That's
Yeah,
why.
they kept paying you. Show me the money. Show me the money.
Yeah.
This is kind of a personal thing, but you played in Michigan.
Yes.
So, and yeah, you played with who was inexplicably my favorite player growing up, a guy named Tishamanga Biakabatuka, Tim Biakabatuka.
Tim?
Tim Biak, it's his name. That's what did it for me.
Yeah.
I love this guy's name. I have a signed football by Tim Biakabatuka at home.
Really?
Yeah, for my 13th birthday, called a bar mitzvah in my culture.
I've been to a few of those.
We had a family friend who worked for Riddell Helmets. He said you can have any helmet you want, any team, official helmet, like a $300 helmet. I picked the Carolina Panthers because of Tim Biakabatuka. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't either.
But was he a cool dude? I never got. Were you friendly with the guy? What is it?
Yeah, I was friendly with him. He was a Canadian.
Yeah.
From, I can't remember what country he's from.
Biakabatuka.
He was from.
He was from like Nigeria or something, wasn't he?
Nigeria. He was one of the West African countries. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about this after the show. But
No, he was good. He was a good guy. I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so Tyrone Wheatley, you played with the Michigan.
Yes, I did.
Went to the Giants.
Yes.
You followed on the Giants. Was he a good friend? Was that a cool thing to have someone on the Giants when you were coming, college teammates and now you're pro teammates? That must have been pretty good.
No, it was good just to have some familiarity with somebody because sometimes you get thrown into these situations and a lot of these players don't know anybody and they don't know anybody in the city that they're in and it's definitely a culture shock. So to have Tyrone there was pretty good, even though Tyrone wasn't he wasn't really a role model. Yeah, not the. I really didn't pattern my game after Tyrone.
You didn't pattern after Tyrone either.
His work ethic and mine weren't the same.
Well, you certainly had the work ethic, and you continue it from the football career to the post-football career.
Yes.
I mean, this was a big story that made a lot of news. You ran the marathon last year.
Yes.
Right, and the New York City Marathon, and you actually broke the record. You're the fastest NFLer to finish the marathon, 4 hours, 13 minutes. You beat Lynn Swan's record. Pretty good.
Yeah. I'm the greatest.
And you weren't just running to be, a jerk to your friends, or like, guess what? I ran the marathon. That guy. Everyone's got a friend who ran the marathon, and it's oh, well, you're the guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, we got to show up and watch you finish now. And that's not why you did it, though. You did it for charity.
Yeah.
You raised $20,000 for charity. Timex donated. This is pretty interesting. And was this your idea, by the way?
I would like to think it was, but it wasn't.
It wasn't? Timex donated $1 for every runner that you passed in the marathon. You were the last, started at the back of the pack.
Yes.
And so you passed 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Raised $20,000. You made 20,000 people feel like absolute shit that day.
It was 26.
26?
Yeah, 26.
How do you even count that?
It was, but they just took my time and then they just
averaged
that
makes
all
sense.
in.
If I gave any thought to it, I probably could have figured that out. That's impressive. $20,000 passing. Here's how I can match that. I can't do a marathon.
Why not?
You
can do it.
I have a 10-minute mile.
That's probably about where I finished.
I start walking, my spleen hurts. I can feel my spleen hurting. I don't even know if it's my spleen, but I think it's my spleen. But here's how I can raise $20,000. If Timex gave me $1,000 for every girl that I failed to bring to orgasm, 20 grand in the bank.
20 grand.
20 grand right there. Amani, a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
All right, thank you.
Thanks so much.